Vancouver 2010 created a level of interest in the roaring game that previously had been the stuff of dreams. And our athletes didn't disappoint, as the Maple Leaf rose proudly to the gold and silver podiums. But lost in all of this emotion was the story of the long and winding road that got us there. Tens of thousands of hours of practice and sudden death competition. 3 years of intense rivalry leading up to the ultimate showdown. Tim Hortons' Roar of the Rings, the Canadian Curling Trials in Edmonton, where we crowned the teams that would represent Canada so dynamically in Vancouver. Now, the road beckons once again as the next Roar of the Rings begins to take shape for 2013. 6 Canadian cities presented their credentials. A short list of 3 was subsequently chosen. And today, there is only one.
The difference this time around, as I think I made comment on, is we did a formal request for proposals. So I think that's kind of something we're trying to take forward. There's not many requests for proposals that exist out there in the sport marketplace. So we did work with a couple of our stakeholders, including the Canadian Sport and Tourism Alliance, to help build that, and I think that actually added a great deal of professionalism to the way we went about it this time. The Ottawa venue is a state-of-the-art NHL arena. They're, as I say, they're a big committee, and their hosting fee was definitely worthwhile looking at. However, overall, our review team determined that Winnipeg was the place to go for 2013. Winnipeg has put forward a hosting fee of $1 million.
What is a $1 million hosting fee rate among the other events that the CCA hosts? Is that
it's the largest hosting fee in the history of the organization.
What does that say about curling? We can get them a hosting fee for $1 million.
I think it says a lot. I think it says we have an attractive asset. I think it shows that we took this out to tender. We had 6 formalized bids from locations all across the country, actually coast to coast, and I think it shows that between the fan base, sponsorship, the brand exposure, the Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings.
Does it release the pressure on the CCA that in case there doesn't make money, that it sort of helps out? What is that $1 million thing?
I think anytime we can make money, Murray, is a good thing. It always relieves pressure. I mean, it's the right color ink. So again, as you know, for the last several years, we've been really trying hard to run this thing like a business. I think we're doing a successful job with that. We've got a lot of other things that we want to accomplish. This is yet another feather in the cap to be able to pull some revenue in and make a difference to the sport of curling in the country. I think the reason we're doing it right now with the Roar of the Rings is it's every 4 years, and it's a significant event. We have done the same thing for the Road to the Roar, the pre-trials. So there is a current RFP out there amongst the marketplaces across Canada that has a bid deadline date of May the 13th, 2011. So we have decided to employ exactly the same type of strategy for that. To your question, will it happen in other events? Only time will tell. Yeah, I think that's certainly speculation. I can certainly suggest that the bid that came in for this from those cities was specifically for the Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings, so there's been no other further thought. I will say that this now puts a pin in the map for 2013, and we now can start to work on the rest of our 5-year grid plan for all events that we host across the country.
How much does this piggyback on the success of the Vancouver Olympics, having been able to get this sort of money?
Well, we're out of the gates a year earlier than we were the last 2 quadrennials, so I think it speaks a lot. We wanted to capitalize on the momentum, as I suggested in my speech out there. I think we'd be foolish not to try and do that. We've had a Leveraging 2010 program for the last year, trying to really build off of Vancouver. And the timing's right, and we're getting to the day and age that these things are such big business entities and operations that the more advanced notice that one can have, the more planning and preparatory work that we can do.
3 of the 4 trials have been out west. Is that just a sign of maybe the guaranteed way to go to make sure you get the attention?
Well, certainly, fan base, ticket sales is significant, especially with some of those larger properties. There's no doubt, but we come into it with no preconceived notions where it has to go here or there. I mean, we're open to anything, and the bids came in across the country, as I say. You saw there was the 3 finalists. I mean, we had obviously one from Saskatchewan, one from Manitoba, and one from Ontario, and they were all fantastic bids.
Was there one thing that sealed the deal for Winnipeg? Or broke the deal for the other 2?
No, there was nothing that broke the deal for the other 2. I can answer that question first. I think it was more of a cumulative process of all of the different point systems that went on, whether it was the bid, the way it presented, the deal that we were able to strike with the host hotel, the convention center, the MTS center, the hosting fee, Winnipeg's proven track record, the potential of volunteers and whatnot in the community. I think all of the above. Certainly working with our sponsors, it's nice that both Tim Hortons and Monsanto, as the title and presenting sponsor, are thrilled that it's going to Winnipeg as well. So that also played and was a small factor as well.